In 2006 a dynamic dance duo formed to take on the world. This Anglo-Australian partnership promptly traveled the globe, learning from the masters of dance. If no one else has the answers, and if you can find them, maybe you should get in touch with Dizzyfeet.
If you've got the questions,
we've got the answers. Now, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another.
Hello.
I didn't say you could say hello yet, did I? Try again, shall we? What I've done is I've shrunk Kelly.
Hello.
Kelly's all shrunk. aren't you?
Hello.
You're Kelly, aren't you?
No.
No? Who are you?
Hello.
Oh, okay. So, Kelly,
Hello.
stop interrupting me. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our penultimate Q&A of a Friday night. Kelly can't make it. She couldn't make it, so I've got little Ella here instead. Is that right, Ella?
Yes.
And you're going to answer everyone's questions, aren't you?
No.
No, why not?
Just no.
What are you doing at the moment?
Playing on my tablet.
What are you playing on your tablet?
Wildcraft.
Wildcraft. It's not craft that's wild, like knitting a tablecloth on the edge of a mountain or something like that. It's that camera up there, sweetheart. It's not that one. It's that one. It's that camera. Right, so what she's playing at the moment is a bear doing a poo in the woods, basically.
No, that's only when I come to something which looks like something, but
So when you come to something that looks like something,
it's just a little tiny bush. It's a
little tiny bush, yeah. So the bear's pooing in the bush. What a wonderful game.
But I am not pooing in the bush right now.
No.
I am just eating a plant.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, marvellous. It's not that camera, it's that one. There you go. Well, they get the gist. They get the gist.
You can do anything, and you can unlock other animals up.
Ah, okay. So people have said good evening. Good evening. So good evening, Ray. Yes, good evening. And yeah, you'll be sad to know that there is no cabaret next door with our neighbours this evening. She's not even there. I can't even see her. So yeah, well, I'll keep you posted. I'll keep checking to see if anything happens across the way. Yeah, that's it really. But yeah, that's it. So there we go. So Kelly's not here. Ella's here to answer your questions. So if you've got any, fire away. We haven't really got any. I've got nothing to say at this moment in time until I need to be provoked. Someone needs to ask me something to get the ball rolling. Really. So a few people have said good evening. So good evening to you. Oh, it sounds like hark. I can hear the pitter patter of Kelly. Oh, hello. Blimey, thank you. You're right, that's very nice, isn't it? Is that Lambrosco?
The bear is finally.
Yeah? Or Lambrini? Is he pooing in the woods? Finally, the bear's pooing in the woods. There he is, doing a poo in the woods. Alright, you can, now you've kept Mummy's seat warm, you can go. Oh, you can stay here? Okay. So it's good evening from me.
It's good evening from him.
She finally got here, and those of you that have followed me this week and known I've been moaning about Kelly wearing my jumpers, she went and bought herself a jumper today.
Yeah, looks like I've got something on it already.
You just can't be trusted, can you? You can't be trusted to keep yourself clean. She's such a messy pup.
No,
You've just taken him out. Did he do anything?
He did a wee wee.
Did he do a wee wee? Did he cock his leg?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he barked at another dog, and
Oh.
then he went over to the other side and cocked his leg again.
Marvellous. Ella, if you're going to play, don't get grumpy with the game. And make lots of noise. You said you don't need the sound. Because this is very sensitive. It will pick up the sound. She's going to leave the room.
Leave the room.
She's going to exit stage
Bless her.
left. Right.
Bye.
See ya. Bye now. It's a very impressive game, yes, Carsten. It's very good. It's a 3D game. Animals. She loves her animals, so yeah, she gets to roam around the plains with all these different kind of animals, which is wonderful. It's called Wildcraft, as I said. It's all about animals. And Carsten says, "Hi, Kelly. Great to see you."
Oh, hello.
Nothing about me.
Not great to see you.
Not great to see me. No, clearly not. And Siggy, as I like to call her now.
Siggy.
I was going to call her Grid, but that's perhaps a little bit.
Grid's not as funny.
Yeah, it's not as funny.
No.
Siggy. So Siggy says, "Love the colour of your jumper, Kelly."
Thanks. It's pink.
Yeah.
It matches the front door, actually.
That's more. No, it's not that pink. That's more of a purple. It's got a bit of a purple.
It's very
in it.
similar.
It's got a bit of a purple in it, isn't it? It's a bit of a
Can't
purple.
be so literal.
Yeah. Ray said, "Good evening, James, Kelly, Ella, Buddy, Cat. Cat's called Doris.
Doris.
And the cabaret next door. She's not in. It looks like. So I had a good old study of all 4 windows, and I can't see any sign of life.
I think she's got wise to you.
So, I don't know. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
I suggested we put some eyes on the window
Yeah.
to kind of suggest we can see you.
I don't think they're even looking up here.
Who?
That woman, I don't think she's even looking up this far.
Do you know what? I'm always conscious when I'm in a window. If people can see me or
Rather
not.
than unconscious. Yes, I understand what you mean, yeah. But you wouldn't stand in front of a window, any window,
Flashing.
with your knockers out, would you?
No.
No,
Knockers.
you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it. Just wouldn't happen. Apparently you've been sent some questions. Thank you, Carsten. I'm glad you added that little comment to say it was fantastic to see me as
I
well.
did see that pop up, but I haven't had a look yet.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Everyone's a bit slow
It's the
tonight asking us
epic-
questions.
Be the epic. Oh, yeah, 8 questions.
Oh, God. If it wasn't for Julie, though, sending those questions, honestly, these little sessions would be relatively quiet with me
It's
just waffling.
Crackerjack. Talk to James, he'll know.
Crackerjack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 o'clock and it's Crackerjack.
Yeah. It's an old TV show. Yeah. Prefer a bit of swap shop myself.
Oh, okay. You were kind enough to introduce me to the pepper pot yesterday.
Can you tell that dog to leave my bag alone, please?
Buddy, leave James's bag alone. He understands English as well. You might live to regret that. What's the timing?
Can you tell that dog to leave my bag alone, please? Yes, Lou, I think it's yours, I'm afraid, but because it sounds fine on our little system here. So, and of course, Margaret would have told me if there was a problem with the sound immediately. So, yeah, so it might be a little bit of an issue with your system there. Anyway, carry on, Kelly. Sorry.
Yeah, so the
Sorry,
answer to that question is nice and easy, actually.
I'm going to ask the question again because I don't remember what you said.
The pepper pot.
Pepper pot.
What is the timing of the pepper pot?
Quick and quick, quick, quick.
Boy, probably is slow before it, but doesn't have to.
Yeah, so it's quick and quick, quick,
Quick and quick, quick, quick.
Or with a leading in step of a slow count.
Slow, quick and quick, quick, quick.
It's basically a pepper pot, just for those of you that haven't got a clue what we're talking about. Not only is it something that can hold some ground pepper that you can then use to season your food, it is also a figure that we use in Quick Step where basically it's a chasse and a lock step, but done slightly badly in so much as that you don't close your feet or really properly close across your ankles.
Why, James? Why don't we
What?
close our
Well, you don't close. What? Say that again.
Why don't we close our feet, James?
I'm glad you asked that question. I'm glad you asked that question. It's so fast because the timing of it is syncopated. So we've got more steps than we have beats.
I can hear Ella getting
What's she
really
doing?
frustrated.
What's she
then.
doing?
Ella?
Anyway, so yeah, so you've got more steps. So because of the speed, if you closed your feet or crossed your ankles properly, like you would in a slower chasse or a lock step, you would fall over, probably.
It's
So
very fast.
It's very fast.
So-
And you can do them forward or backwards, left foot, right foot, middle foot, both feet at the same time. All of them.
Another one. Probably a stupid question.
Probably.
But what is body rise?
What is body rise? We've explained this.
I know.
That's in the rise video.
Ah, well.
He's not. He's obviously not watched the
You didn't
videos.
watch the videos, you're in trouble now.
Well, they're still there at the moment. They
You're in
will be
trouble.
going on Sunday. So Sunday's the last day. If you want to catch them before you have to pay for them, because they're going to be released via the website. Because basically, they're the information that's in the Learn in 30 videos that we
valuable.
do is far too valuable to be given away for free outside of a pandemic situation. So once, so from this Sunday they will be off the website, and then you can buy them as a download. And I've got a few options. You'll get them as on a DVD. There'll be 2 DVDs because you can't fit all of them on one DVD. So it'll be 5 on one, 5 on the other. I'm thinking hopefully I'll encode them so they can. You'll be able to download them as a digital download individually, or I'm going to give you the option of purchasing a Dizzyfeet USB stick with them already on there. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah. It'd be a Dizzyfeet branded one. It'd be quite nice. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a premium, of course, because you've got to pay for the USB stick as well. But
Are we going to answer that question then?
no, he's watched the video
Okay. Watch the video. Refer
Before
back
Sunday.
to the video.
before Sunday.
What is body
Rise and Fall video. Yeah. Now Margaret's asked a question. How long before we do them then? Do pepper pots? I think you know the answer to that question, Margaret.
They are pretty tricky.
They are tricky, they are fast, and they're open syllabus steps. But you haven't even done a quick step yet. You haven't done a quick... She's not done her quick step yet.
Oh,
So,
crack on.
crack on.
Crack on.
Cracker Jack. Next
Crack on,
question.
Cracker Jack.
Next question.
We hear a lot about the various aspects of rise, but we don't hear much about the technique of lowering. That's not strictly true.
He just doesn't listen, does he?
Surely controlled lowering is equally important. Yes,
Yes.
and I have told you that.
Yes.
What do you think? Yes, and I
Yeah.
have told you that.
Yeah. Again, it's in the video.
Lowering is important, of course, and controlling it is important. That's all done through the feet.
Lowering only comes from rise, though. So you can only lower once you've risen, and rise and fall is measured in the feet. Sometimes in the body with body rise, which essentially is the straightening of the legs. Okay, that's what body rise is. So the legs will straighten, and then that obviously makes your body go up, which creates body rise. So lowering, or the fall, sorry, is measured in the feet, and it's when you're coming down from an up. So when you're on your toes and you lower back down, that's fall. Yeah. You then got division, you see. So then you divide your feet, which is a drive action, which is a different thing altogether.
But controlling lowering is all done through the feet, and that comes back to footwork a little bit, because sometimes you might have toe only on a certain step, which means you're not going to lower that heel, which obviously affects the control of the rise and fall. And then when you do toe heel, it's not like
Do.
it's not like you land on it. We've always said you've got to imagine there's like a squash ball underneath your heels,
you're squashing
and it's
it down.
controlled, and then back up again.
Yes.
So yeah, that all comes through the feet. In terms of
Yes.
lowering through the knees, well, that's gravity. And that's just relaxing the knee and the ankle joints, really, the hip joints.
Yeah,
Isn't
but that isn't technically rise and fall. That's
no,
not different
no,
again. So
no,
it's-
but he was talking about lowering, wasn't
Yeah,
he? And
so
I'm
lowering is a
sure
different
he's
thing
thinking
altogether.
about that a little bit as well.
yeah. So he's not necessarily thinking about usage of feet. Then he's thinking about the drive action essentially.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
Which is usage of standing leg, flexion of the knee, the hip, ankle joint, shin bone going forward over the foot, whether you're going backwards or forwards, and the free leg moving out into space, either behind you sideways or in front. There you go.
But basically,
Answered.
when you lower and say drive, you don't have to work hard to lower, do you? Because gravity works.
You've only got to work hard when you want to stop lowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But in
the-
motion, you
but,
don't have to worry about it too much, because generally your Achilles tendon will do the job for you. And then that lowering action, which is not rise and fall, lowering action creates your rise in the next step. I'm sure we've covered this in the video.
Probably.
Sure I did.
Yeah, go and watch the video.
Watch the videos, Julian.
That'll help.
You've got nothing else to do. You've got any work to do, have you?
Do you want me to ask another one now?
Well, no, we've got some
We've got
comments
some
here, but there's no questions as such. It's just Carsten just expressing himself. Yeah, Carsten has found
A
us
lot.
on YouTube. It's just lots of comments, which is great. More comments, the better, because that does affect the algorithm, which pushes us up and makes us earn about £3, perhaps a video, maybe, if we're lucky. So Carsten says he hasn't been dancing since the last time we had the sequence classes, which you'll all be pleased to know. Good news, good news.
Good news.
Good news.
Good news.
The sequence classes are coming back from the 17th, so a week on Monday. Elaine will be there in Fareham to do the sequence classes, and in fact all of the classes will be restarting. And those of you that happen to frequent the Monday night classes in Millbrook, I'm not sure anyone's listening that does, but some of you are listening that come on a Sunday night. I will be doing the classes, so if you've missed me, you can come and see me, and I'll be doing the solo, the beginners plus, and the improvers for the time being, until I've had enough, and then I'll say I've had enough, because I won't be having a day off. No one needs to be getting the violins out, because I've had a lot of days off, almost a year's worth of days off. But all of a sudden, I'm going to be working every day, and I won't see my family.
We've done 7 days a week before.
Yeah, we used to
It
all the
does
time.
take its toll, so
Yeah,
that
it
won't be a
does.
permanent thing.
No,
Yeah.
it'd be tough. But no, as much as I do love doing it.
As much
though,
as
it's
we
okay.
like what we do, it's still hard to do it every single day and not have that day off. Yeah.
Oh, apparently the Blenworth Beauties are watching this evening.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. They said that at 5
They've decided. You've decided to grace us with your.
Oh, thank you very much.
presence.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you haven't commented on the fact that we commented on the questions then to say that you should watch the damn videos that I've done. Maybe it's he's done it on purpose for me then to promote the videos which are full of all the good information.
I don't think so.
Don't worry, Sigrid, you won't work me into the ground. It'll be me working you into the ground, to be honest. Especially after today's performance, where I belted you around the floor a bit. You did well though in the cha-cha and quick step. Not as much as Claire Blanford though. She got absolutely properly hammered today. She hasn't done 4 dances straight off in yonks, and so she got that. She just about could stand up after those 4 dances, which was good. Which was good though. It's all good practice. Right, come on. Next.
On me. You be the
We're
next
on
one.
number 4.
Mhm.
Is it still the case that Britain produces the best teachers in the world, or was it never really the case? If not, where in the world would you find the best teachers? Who knows, Julian? Who knows? Historically,
Southampton.
of course, via Fareham.
Yeah.
The British pioneered ballroom dancing in the early years. So when you start something and you're the pioneers of something, you are then thought of as the go-to people for that industry or whatever it is. So for a long time, the rest of the world came to England, predominantly England, some to Scotland, of course, and those teachers also went abroad to do teaching. Now, when you develop call it an industry, when you develop it from
I don't really
from
know
nothing.
what you call
I
dancing.
don't know what you call it.
It's not.
It's a bit odd. Industry.
It's not really. I don't know if
So,
it's properly defined.
Those pioneers went out and started to teach. They also taught here, so they produced a lot of fabulous dancers, obviously, and the dancing got better and better. But then as the world started to take on board dancing as well, embracing it and learning themselves, they too produced. So these pioneers produced great dancers in other countries. And of course, from that, you're always going to get a handful of them that are also going to then follow on to be great teachers too. So it doesn't always follow. You can be a great dancer and a naff teacher. You can be a great dancer and a great teacher. You can be a rubbish dancer and a great teacher. Yeah, like us. No, we weren't naff dancers. But quite often, some people who didn't quite make it as dancers are often very good teachers because they know what you should have done or what they should have done to achieve greatness, and they just couldn't quite manage it themselves. And just because you didn't necessarily reach the pinnacle of your career doesn't mean to say that... can you two stop talking while I'm talking?
Sorry.
Doesn't mean to say that you can't necessarily get someone to a next level. Means you might know how to do it, but it doesn't necessarily mean you can do it yourself, potentially. Or even at the time when you were competing. So it's a bit of an open question, to be honest, Julian. I don't know. There's great teachers all over the world now. But historically, of course, it all came from here. It started here. We were the pioneers. Much the same in many things, actually. We were the pioneers. We had the first underground system, didn't we, I think?
Did we?
The first railway system. And then other countries took on board what we did and made it better.
Yeah.
So we're stuffed with our little tiny railways and stuff. Really difficult. So the infrastructure's dodgy because it was made so small. It was the first one. And that's happened a lot with dancing as well. So we used to be the best in everything, in all of the genres, in ballroom dancing and Latin dancing. But then those great dancers went out and taught the rest of the world, and the rest of the world got better. And then they took on their own ideas and then made it even better still.
I would still think that the majority of the best teachers are still here.
The best teachers. I mean, you can argue that, can't you? Yeah, there's a lot of, let's say, a lot of great teachers here that have achieved a lot. Doesn't necessarily mean they're the best teachers.
Yeah, and also, classing someone as the best teacher is a very personal thing, isn't it? Because you can have someone who's fabulous that you just don't get on with. So yeah, that's a bit of a personal thing, really. You can't have like best teacher award as such, can you? Because everybody's different. They're going to click with different people. You just got one long hair. That's.
Oh, I know. I can't wait to get my haircut. Actually, set 19th of May. 19th of May is my haircut, Kelly. It's a significant day. I can't quite think why.
I don't know why.
No, it might be my birthday. Yeah, 19th of May.
We don't do birthdays.
We don't really. I don't want a present.
I'm not a bit new one.
Good. Don't even want a card, actually. Waste of time.
I know.
Waste of time.
Yeah.
Bit of paper.
Yeah.
Waste of paper. Waste of a tree. Buy me a tree. Plant me a tree.
I do want a tree.
Well, we're going to have a tree in the
We're
garden.
going to have a tree. Maybe that can be our birthday present.
Maybe it can be. Yeah, because Kelly's birthday is
are-
3 days after mine.
They are quite expensive. I've looked them up. I'm like, oh,
Well, of
no.
course they'd be expensive. The ones that you want will be expensive, won't they?
No, any tree.
Well, what if we go
That's
and
not-
steal one?
Any tree that's not this
Can
big.
we not go and steal a
that
tree?
you want to get a bit of height.
Can't we go and get one from a field somewhere?
No.
My mum always used to steal flowers and then plant them at home.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't know if she's listening tonight. Oh, well, thank you very much. I don't know what you're after, Sigrid and Margaret, but we've got the best ones, I think, says Sigrid. Margaret Latter says, we're very happy with the ones we've got. Well, of course you are. Of course you are. Carsten, no, we won't be putting up any posters as such with regards to our new classes, so in public advertising. It's just too expensive and difficult and that sort of thing, really. What we have done is we've got a little Facebook marketing campaign running, and we've got a fair bit of interest from that, which is good. But who knows? I mean, it's going to be the rest of this year is going to be very difficult with regards to our new classes for new dancers. We've got some people wanting to join, but of course it's very difficult to...
This is not the time of year, really.
Oh, it's
Normally,
awful time.
for new stuff.
Awful time.
Normally it's September and January. That's when you launch new stuff. So it's a bit of an odd time of year to start dance classes from scratch with new people. Historically, anyway. But of course, the last couple of years have not been normal, have they? So who knows? Who knows what the right thing to do is? It's just...
I'd just like to point out at this moment in time, Carsten is talking to people in the chat on YouTube. They are not on YouTube; they're on Facebook.
Yeah, bless him.
So, Carsten, you're talking and sending hellos to people that are not in YouTube. They're on Facebook. So, Margaret and Sigrid, Carsten has said hello.
Yeah.
In case you want to say hello back. Yeah.
But he's on YouTube.
He's on YouTube.
Commenting.
Yeah, he's commenting via YouTube. Come on, what else?
Another
Because
one?
no one else has asked a question. I can't believe it. Ray hasn't asked a question either this evening. I mean,
You sure?
nothing.
You
Yeah,
want this
nothing.
one?
Nothing. No, just a little sneaky cheek. Sneaky cheek, sneaky check. No, it's not there.
I'm going to hit you if you keep doing it.
I'm doing it purely for these guys. They wanted to
No,
know.
you're not.
They do. I can't. Yeah, not there. Not
Is she there?
there. No, she's not. Oh, no, you're looking now.
Well, I looked last week as well.
Yeah.
She's going to catch us looking one day.
Yeah. And she may well jiggle even more then, mightn't she?
Mm.
She might be one of those kinds. Like Margaret. Margaret.
Um,
How's your wind, Margaret?
Stop it. Why is it that Italy has produced very good ballroom dancers, yet neighbouring countries say France not so?
Cultural.
There you go.
A bit cultural. The French don't seem
That interesting.
to be that interested in dance. It's not just ballroom dancing doesn't seem as popular in France at all.
I don't think it ever has been.
No,
has it,
very
really?
seldom really do you get many dancers coming from France. It's a bit odd really actually. It's something I'm quite surprised about. And Spain actually. Spain doesn't produce many either.
They've got too many cafes and
Well, they're all smoking.
artists.
They're all smoking and eating croissants.
I think I'd quite like to live there.
Oh, it's France.
It is so my cup of tea.
Yeah, it'd be
It
nice.
is so my cup of tea, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. We've got a few things coming through now.
When judging, what aspect of a couple's dancing or perhaps appearance do you look for first?
First thing I look for is how they look immediately. So it's the top line. If someone looks completely deformed, then it's very difficult to think that they'd actually be any good at dancing. It's very difficult. So appearances are very important to start with. So how they're standing, how they look, really. So it's important to make sure you look good. People who look $1 million before they even start already plant a positive seed in the judge's head. If you don't, then of course it becomes a bit harder because unfortunately we're all the same. We're all
that's
based
why
on
for
looks.
ballroom, the boys tend to have quite clean cut haircuts and things
Yeah.
like that because it has an appearance of just looking clean, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and because the shoulder line and everything is so important, you don't want distractions like, you know, long bits of hair and all that looking, you know, whilst you might like it in normal everyday life, you want all the collar, all that sort of stuff to look clean and tidy, don't you? So that's why dancers get a little bit precious about their haircuts and hairstyles, and then for ladies the makeup and stuff like that as well. But you know how the man's suit fits and things like that, it all plays a part, doesn't it?
It does.
You know, the better all that looks, then the first impression is, oh, this person knows what they're doing. You know,
so even though...
a bit like turning up to a job interview.
Yeah, the Hunchback of Notre Dame would struggle to...
Yeah.
So Eva says, what, you mean the Hunchback of Notre Dame can't place first? Well, they might be able to. No, because the next thing you see is they've got to be on time. So that's another thing that's really important. Because, so first of all, you've got to
But
look
yeah,
good.
he's talking about appearance.
Appearance, yeah. Yeah, so that's important. But in terms of a competition, they've got to, once they then start moving, and once everyone's moving, everyone could look amazing. But if they're off time, they're last. They're last, they're off time. So you can have 6 couples in a final, 5 of which are completely off time. So then you can judge those 5 as a group of 5. But then if there's one couple that's on time, but they look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, they win the comp because they're on time. You cannot judge a couple if they're off time. They can't win if they're off time. And then what you would do, then you would place the other 5 that are all off time. So sometimes I have judged competitions where a good proportion of them are off time. So you just look at the ones that are not, that are dancing properly, on time. They might have dodgy footwork, they might look a bit awkward, but they still get marked higher than the couples that are off time. The other guys could be lovely dancers, but if they're honestly, if they're off time, it's no good. And then footwork and that sort of thing, and then it becomes. Sometimes it's easier when the couples are better, because then you're just basing it on what you like to see. When you're judging lower grade dancers, you've got to assess their technical qualities.
You often have to compromise, don't you?
Yeah, you do, because sometimes people look a bit awkward, but they've got nice use of feet. Some people look lovely, but they've got terrible feet. So then it's basically
sometimes you get all of something but not of the other. And you're like,
but if I'm judging a beginners competition, I'm assessing timing and footwork. Not overly concerned about top line as such. Of course, it's good for them to look nice.
you're not looking for it to be perfect, but you're looking for something to look reasonable, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Buddy? I don't know.
He was down there sleeping.
Oh, he must have gone downstairs.
I think he's gone downstairs.
And Duncan also says, how's the tree?
Tree's gone.
Tree's gone.
Tree's gone.
Tree has
we need
gone.
new trees.
Yeah.
Because now we're so exposed.
Yes. Not only are we exposed, but the lady behind us is.
The lady behind us likes to expose herself. Yeah. As we found out last week.
Yes. You
Mm.
haven't missed that much, Ros, but don't worry, you can catch up. It'll be recorded, so after we finish this, it'll be online for you to watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
7th question.
Oh, 7th of 8.
Only got 2 more left of Julie.
Honestly, no one bothers asking questions again.
Because he sent so many.
Because you just sent so many. Ray, you said we missed your question, but I haven't got it. I don't know if you sent it or not. So
maybe type it again because we can't see it.
Yeah.
So maybe something's happened there. And for some reason we're not seeing it.
Yeah. And in answer to your question, Carsten, no idea. Lots of competitions are held at weekends. Some competitions are held during the week, but the majority of competitions are at weekends, with many of them on Sundays. In answer to your question. Our next comp, July the 18th, is a Sunday. No, she's there. She said, oh no, it's here. It's a bloke. Blokes in the room. Blokes in the room. Don't take your clothes off, fella.
No, he's got a t-shirt on.
He's got a t-shirt on. Yeah.
We can't see waist down, thankfully.
No, we can't. He could be dangling around, couldn't he?
Question 7. We follow the beat in ballroom. Does rhythm have a part to play?
You want me to answer that, don't you?
Yeah.
We follow the beat in ballroom. Does rhythm have a part to play?
I think he's thinking of melody rather than rhythm, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think he's thinking melody.
Yeah, because the melody's on. You can answer because he's watching. He can clarify his question.
Mm.
So the melody is obviously what's going on above the beat, and sometimes it can be easy for people to get lost in the melody rather than the beat.
Yeah.
Now, quite often we would dance. So we've done shows to songs that have no beat, and you literally are dancing to the melody. But the melody, the musician that's playing it is very clever, obviously, and can.
They keep a metronome, don't they?
They do. Well, they can do sometimes. They keep. So, I think when you're very musical, you can have like an internal rhythm and an internal beat. So we don't need music to be on time, do we?
No.
So we can have music, and we'll keep a constant timing throughout all of our dancing, because we've got this internal rhythm, this internal beat going all the time. But I suppose you can get lost in the melody, but that's not such a bad thing sometimes, because that shows a beautiful amount of musicality. So people can come in and out of the beat, but play around with the melody, which is quite nice. Rhythm-wise, how I would understand it, is essentially that constant beat, which of course can be a little bit different. So like cha-cha and rumba can have a different kind of rhythm, but essentially they're still emphasising the same beats. Yeah. Hopefully that helps you, Julian. He said melody.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll clarify that then, haven't I?
Yeah, he's written rhythm here, but I think he meant melody. Eva says, how can I sneak into the UK?
Well, I'm sure that you can still post things from Canada, can't you? So maybe we could just ship her.
Wow, yes.
Yeah, maybe we can have her shipped.
As long as it's not evergreen.
Yeah, as long as it's not an evergreen ship. Yeah. So why not? Can you not just say you've got property
Business.
or something, or business?
So you've got business in the
Yeah,
UK.
because at the moment, out of England, you are allowed to travel somewhere if you have property or going to visit property. So just say you're coming to England to visit property. I don't know. Yeah.
Come in by a helicopter. No one will notice. Drop down, parachute down.
Yeah.
Over the Aegeus Bowl. There's loads of space there. I'm sure she could land there, couldn't she?
She could. Yeah. Carsten's actually got two quite interesting questions there. First one, are there any options, you can answer this, are there any options and or possibilities, however vague, of arranging a Dizzyfeet stage performance for public entertainment?
Yes.
Now this is your little baby,
We have
isn't
thought about doing that, haven't
Yeah.
we? Yeah, this is something that James and I have talked about in the past and recently during sort of the lockdown period as well. In that providing a different vehicle for dancing, I suppose.
Yeah, different
I mean,
outlets.
there's already stage performances, aren't there? But they're all kind of the guys off Strictly or the likes of things like Burn the Floor and that sort of thing.
We have done something kind of similar, didn't we? We did it for the fashion show we did at Povey's.
Yeah.
And then we kind of took that to a stage performance as well, didn't we?
Where?
At the I can't remember. We did it at Southampton Guildhall on stage,
What,
didn't we?
the charity one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
sort
an
of.
adaptation, wasn't it? Of what
Yeah,
the thing-
sort
what we
of.
did.
But yeah, I mean, what we're really talking about is doing something that we produce, aren't we?
We did produce that.
No.
We did put all those things
Yeah,
together.
but that was in not collaboration, but that had other acts and things like that.
No.
involved, isn't it?
You misunderstand what I mean. So we had it was a 9-minute number. Was all we put that together. It was 9 minutes. It's not
Yeah,
like
but
a
they
whole
had other
production.
people there and stuff.
No. I'm just talking about the actual dancing aspect.
Alright,
So we had.
but I'm talking about putting on a proper show.
Yeah, of course. But we've done something kind of similar on a smaller scale.
So basically, yes, it's something
Yes.
we've talked about. Do we know how to put it together yet?
No.
But we will work it out.
Yeah, it's time though, isn't it?
One
It's
day,
time.
maybe, yes.
Just don't have time to. I don't have time, basically, to fart sometimes.
Oh, stop it.
I don't. Honestly. I try and do it in lessons. What I do is often do it in Sigrid's lessons, and definitely I did it in Margaret's lesson the other day when she had all her wind.
Stop it.
But she's much better today, apparently, which is good. Eva, just pretend. Just lie.
Yeah.
Just lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how. Well, the system over here is not so good, but I don't know what it's like in Canada.
It hasn't been
but
anyway, but it might be.
What if you lived in the middle of nowhere in a cabin? Because Canada's so big. Just disappear into a cabin in the middle of, I don't know, Ontario? What's right in the middle? I'm not sure where's right in the middle.
I don't know.
It's massive,
My
Canada.
geography's not that good.
It's massive. You could lose yourself easily. Sounds like a bland pretend. Yeah, good idea. How important is rhythm in Argentine tango? This may sound like a stupid question, but I've heard that Argentine tango can be danced to almost any music. Yeah, you're probably quite right. I mean, Vincent. My only knowledge of Argentine tango is with Vincent Simone, really, and basically, yeah, you can dance on any of the beats. So it's perfect for people who can't keep time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can pretty much do what you want.
When I watch it does look like they're dancing to the melody more than the beats.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
all
they
the,
do.
all
They
the
do.
other
Yes.
little playful things.
Yeah, Manitoba is in the middle apparently. There, I'll just say you're from Manitoba and then disappear into a cabin in the woods. I'd love to go and spend some time in a cabin in the woods in the middle of nowhere. I really would love it.
You watch out, a bear will get you.
Ellen has a deal with those. Doesn't she?
Does she?
Yeah, she has a deal with
Well,
those.
on Wildcraft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bless her.
In today's pro Latin competition, it seems that couples only dance 30 seconds to each dance, but in the early 2000s they were at least 2 minutes plus. Why is this? I'm not sure which videos you're watching, Ray, but I can assure you that in major competitions in pro Latin, they'll be dancing at least 1:40. At least. And at Blackpool is it's decreased a little bit. You always aim for 2 minutes.
It might be
really.
that 'cause sometimes they do like little short things before the
Well,
final.
yeah, it could be that you're watching the introduction dances.
Yeah.
So when you do an introduction, so you get introduced to the final and they come out and dance a bit and then they say thank you very much. There was an
But
introduction.
then the full competition, each dance gets 1.5 minutes as a minimum, really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
In a final, they would get more, actually, generally, wouldn't
Yes,
they?
they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah. So yeah, they should do. They should do.
Yeah. When we do our
Unless
competition,
maybe those clips that you've seen have been cut or something like that for some reason, which is possible.
Yeah, so our comp that we're running in July will have a minimum of 1:15 for all of the dances, and then for the amateur and professionals it'll be 1:45 minimum for each of the dances. When I was competing at Blackpool, the younger, it's changed now because they have got shorter, haven't they? I don't know if actually perhaps when we competed it was longer. I'm pretty sure actually, but even before that, when I was an amateur dancing at Blackpool, you dance for over 2 minutes. You make the final, you're dancing each dance for over 2 minutes, and it was a killer. And yeah, and even us actually, it was definitely 2 minutes at least, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ashley Froelic's music, who plays is the band leader at Blackpool. His all of his songs have become a little shorter.
Yeah, they have.
Shorter. So historically, they were always longer. So there's a particularly good Foxtrot video on YouTube, which is called Old School Foxtrot, spelled SKOOL, and that's the Foxtrot final from the professional ballroom championship at Blackpool. I think it's 1992 or something like that. Might be 91. I'm not sure. Early 90s, mid 90s. Not sure. And they're dancing for 2 minutes 35 seconds for one whole song, and that's
a long time.
It's tough. It's tough, but especially when you've got 5 dances to do. Well, four at Black, actually, to be fair. I'm glad you're hearing us beautifully, Carsten. That's good. I'm glad that we're going through your Bluetooth amplifier. Marvellous. Ray's got a nice, interesting question. I think Ray's Julian in disguise. I read the other day regarding the principles of syncopation, ritardando, and doubling should be taught, but I don't understand the terms. Could you explain? Well, syncopation is when you speed up, essentially, because you've got more steps than you have in the bar of music. Ritardando is kind of the opposite, where you do less steps, so you would slow down and you'd hold things. Doubling, I'm not entirely sure what you mean by doubling. But to be fair, in everything that you would dance with us at the moment, at the stage that you're at, you'll have very little syncopation, and you'll have almost no ritardando. I suppose you could argue you've got that in rumba, where you hold the position.
Well, a good example of that is in Waltz Say a Hesitation, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
But even then, that's still got a movement on the third beat, isn't it? So
yeah,
it's
you
not
have.
Quite,
Yeah. That's those aspects of it are going to be more important when you become more developed and more expressive in your dancing, to show a difference of rhythm and timing in your movements. Syncopation basically means more steps than there are beats. So a chasse in waltz, for instance, is a syncopated action because you've got 4 steps with only 3 beats. And ritardando, I suppose you could argue, is rumba. So 2, 3, 4, hold the 1. Have a similar thing in cha-cha-cha as well. And then hesitation, of course, in waltz as well. But we haven't done those steps yet, the hesitation. And we haven't done the chasse yet either. We'll do that soon, I promise. I promise. Yes. Carsten, he's full of it tonight. Carsten is non-stop typing. Non-stop. I remember one occasion of taking part in your novice competition on a Saturday. It was one of the most brilliant experiences in my life.
Oh.
I'm so pleased for you, Carsten. So pleased. According to Google, here we go. Eva's given us some top tips and facts. Some facts here, top facts from someone who lives in Canada, live. Eva's coming to us live from Canada. According to Google, the actual middle of Canada is just south. I can't pronounce that. Yathkied? That's an odd name, isn't it? Yathkied. Yathkied Lake in, again, Nunavut. Nunavut? West of Hudson Bay.
Nunavut.
Nunavut?
Nunavut.
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 West of Hudson Bay. One could definitely get lost there. I look forward to visiting. I really do. I love Canada, actually. I've only been to Canada once. I went to Vancouver. And I went there to dance the World 10 Dance Championships. In 2000, I danced the world. Was it 2000? Yeah, 2000. I danced the World 10 Dance in Portugal and came 7th. So I was next into the final. Should have been in the final. It was a travesty. But anyway, that's politics for you. The following, that was in August. Then the following January, or maybe February, I can't remember exactly. The World 10 Dance Championships was in Vancouver, which was lovely. We got paid to go. It was marvellous. And so, having been 7th, and then there was 2 couples that weren't dancing from the previous August. So we thought, right, that's it. You know, we're going to be in the final, which is brilliant, because at the time we were beating almost all of those couples in ballroom, and in Latin we were a bit further down. But on paper, we probably would have won the ballroom section. So that would be great. Go there, knocks out first round. Knocked out first round. Absolutely ridiculous. And then, unfortunately, Eva, I'm sorry about this, there was a Canadian couple that made the final that were shocking. Absolutely shocking. Disgraceful. Disgrace. So the next day, because I was so appalled, we were supposed to have danced the ballroom championships the next day. I said, we're not. I went to the organiser. I'm sorry, my partner's poorly. She's not well. She wasn't. She was fine. And I said, I'm not dancing. It's a waste of time. I'm not doing it. And I had to speak to Iada about it as well, actually, and say, because they wanted to know how we were going to get on. I said, I'm not dancing. That's a disgrace that we didn't get a recall. We didn't get a recall, which is awful. Didn't get out the first round. And
why did they invite you to go then?
well, it's the World Championships. The number 1 of each country gets to go. You see. So it was all of the number 1s from all over the world get invited to go. You know, when you're 7th one year, and then the following year, dead last we were. Dead last.
That's very strange.
Not just
isn't it?
nearly into the next round, dead last. Horrific. Anyway, so I'd had enough. You know, those of you that know me can appreciate. Perhaps I would get a bit feisty about that. So I said, right, we're going to hire a car. We're going to go for a drive. So we hired a car. She paid for it. I had no money. So she paid for it on I think her mum sent her some money, so we had some money to pay for this hire car. And then we just pointed it in some mountains in the distance and kept driving for 3 odd hours and ended up at Whistler. At the time, I had no idea what Whistler was. Whistler's a very famous ski resort. Amazing. The views, amazing. If you ever get a chance, if you've never been and you get the chance to go, amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm sure Eva will vouch for that. So yeah, 20 years ago, Eva. That was 20 years ago.
She said I can guess who was judging.
Well, I can't remember who the Canadian couple were. Their Latin wasn't bad, but they'd never beaten me before. But their ballroom was horrific. You can always tell how good a ballroom couple are going to be, or how bad a ballroom couple are going to be, by the position of their collar as a bloke. So his collar just didn't fit. It was all around his ears, and it was awful. It just, you know what I mean, don't you? When their suit just doesn't fit.
Yeah.
This guy made the final.
Hence the appearance thing.
Oh, it was awful. We didn't stay. We didn't stay for the result. We didn't stay for the remainder of the comp. I'd had enough. Went back to the hotel. Well, it was in the hotel. It was awful. A great experience though. We got picked up at the airport in a limousine, and it was brilliant. That was lovely. Lovely experience until the comp.
It wasn't just with me who had these type of experiences.
No, I've had it before. Yeah, I've had it before.
What is it about you that seems to attract?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Any thoughts as to when the next medal exams might be? No.
No.
Well, let's wait. Let's get the classes up and running. Let's get back to a sense of normality, and then we will plan for some exams. Let's hope by the end of the year for sure. For sure. Yeah.
I like Ray's comment there. I got expressive today practicing the spin turn, but it wasn't with my feet.
Aha! Well, that's not a bad
We've all
thing.
been a little bit expressive that way before.
Yeah. Maybe you were expressive or with your mouth. Maybe it wasn't expression, it was expletives. Yeah. The weight of politics and the judging of professional dance competitions would discourage me from bothering to take part. Well, it is difficult. It is difficult.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why we were singled out. It seemed. I don't know. Perhaps if they thought, well, let's keep the English couple out because then that gives our Canadian couple space to get in. It is kind of political. If I remember rightly, something like this. I think the Canadian couple that were dancing, one of the parents was a professional couple. I don't know if they didn't have anything to do with the comp. I can't. Something in my head is telling me that they ran the comp.
Oh.
It's still a disgrace.
Yeah.
I've had it as well in Russia. So I danced in Russia with my amateur partner, and we were, top couple in the world. And her parents were professionals, and they ran a comp in Russia. So this is how ridiculous it is. We were on paper the best couple there, and we danced brilliantly, and we danced really good. We had a great day, but we came second. We came second because her parents didn't want us to win and it to look like favouritism. So they made it so we came second. That's ridiculous. So they were the opposite way. They didn't want it to look too political.
You're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
It was so
What we do,
infuriating. And I'm walking round, and I remember her family saying, "Yeah, well done, you've come second." I was like, "Why? What do you mean you've come second? We should win this." The couple that have won are not the same as us. And then they told me afterwards about it. That, oh no, we thought it was best if, you shouldn't be seen to win because, we don't want to be seen to be political. Russia was rife with politics in dancing and other things as well. Devastated. Linda Bloomer, do you honestly think? No, I'm not a bad loser at all. No, I'm not a bad loser. I like to think I'm just, and I know when I'm beat, and I know when I'm not. No, it was, it was dodgy, majorly dodgy. Yeah.
We had it in Japan as well, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. When we danced in Hiroshima, in Japan we did 7 rounds, and you are placed at the end of each round. So in the first round there's like 200 couples, and you get placed, and at the end of the first round. So we were first at the end of the first round. Second round, 100 couples. We were first out of 100 couples.
So you get so we were first in every single round.
Every single round we were first. So in the semi-final, getting into the final, we were first. And they put this up on the thing, don't they, on the board? So we're quite positive, and it's given us a lot of, encouragement.
Yeah.
Get to the final, third.
And
Gutted.
you know who won? Japanese.
The Japanese couple won, and the second was the Chinese couple. Yeah. Who had all their friends on the panel. And then a very eminent British judge. It was 3 British judges judging, weren't they? All 3 of them marked as first, didn't they? The very eminent judge who is now the chairman of the biggest company in the world. I'm not going to say his name because it's not fair, but you can work that out. He came over to the organiser of the comp and said, "I marked them to win. Why didn't they win?" And the organiser was like,
a bit sheepish, to say the least.
Yeah. Oh, there was a massive push for that Japanese couple, wasn't there?
Yeah.
They're still competing.
I know, and they're still in the same place.
They're still competing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's mental.
And they've not got any better.
No.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing, So they were obviously trying to push this couple to, I suppose, give the country a bit more profile in Blackpool.
So they used us.
So they used us to kind of pull us down to kind of push them further forwards, kind of thing. Yeah. Which works.
Yeah.
Wonderful, So we felt quite used and abused, to say the least.
However, we had a lovely time in Hiroshima.
Hiroshima was an amazing experience.
Lovely.
Really, really humbling. Really, really. Because we had a few days there, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we had a bit of time off to explore, and we got to
go to the Peace Park,
Go to
and
the
we
Peace
went to
Park
the.
and see the place where the bomb hit and
Yeah.
everything like that. And
Well, it
it's-
didn't hit, it blew above, didn't it? So
Well,
that
you-
was.
you know what I mean, yeah.
It went to the museum and things. It was very poignant and
very eye-opening.
yeah,
Yeah.
fabulous.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, then we got invited to the Asian tour, the Japanese tour. Sorry, we toured Japan after that, which was great as well, wasn't it? Nagoya, Osaka, and Tokyo. It was lovely. Got on the bullet train, stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in Osaka, best hotel I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, that was amazing.
£2,500 a night that hotel was.
Ritz-Carlton is amazing.
It was awesome. Awesome. All
We
paid for.
literally walked in and we're like,
Wow. And we got one of the, and we got shafted there as well, didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've
Oh.
told this story though.
Yeah. Roz says, by the way, just in reference to what I said earlier, you can fart in my lesson. I wouldn't notice because of my smelly Crohn's. And this is a very quick answer. Brecon Beacons, tell us about the competitions you did win. We didn't
James
We
and
didn't
I
win any.
didn't win anything together.
win anything
We
together.
came second.
Yeah.
We didn't win anything though.
We came second in the competition a few times.
Yeah.
You won a few things as an amateur, didn't you?
Not much. Yeah, but
I won a couple of things as an amateur.
regional stuff. Regional
Yeah,
stuff.
I won the UK Open,
And you won
and,
the British.
the British,
Yeah.
English, Hampshire.
But all the way in Little
North of
Australia,
England.
I didn't have that opportunity.
Yeah, no, I won quite a bit.
Yeah.
Where were we? Talking about Japan. Yeah, so
I
yeah,
should
so
have moved to the UK much sooner,
you should have done.
and
Yeah.
then that might have done me a lot of good.
Yeah. So in Japan, we got shafted again, didn't we? And the prize money was awesome. So there was
If you did well, but
we
not,
we
not for us.
covered all our costs anyway. We did
Mm.
make money because we did a show as well and stuff. No, that was in Hiroshima, wasn't it? Anyway, we covered our costs, but our expenses one day, we had to catch the bullet train back to Tokyo. We didn't have time to go out for food and stuff, so they gave us our expenses, which was we only made the semi-final that night. That was in where was that? That must have been in Nagoya. No, we made the final in Nagoya. Was it Tokyo? I can't remember. Osaka. No, we didn't make the final in Osaka.
I don't remember where it
Anyway,
was, but
one
we
of the-
had to
we
catch
did
the
make-
train.
We had to catch the bullet train. They said, you've got no time for proper food, so here's your expenses. You have to get McDonald's. They gave us £320 for our expenses, which was more
So
than
obviously,
our prize
the
money
McDonald's
that night.
doesn't cost that much.
It was mental. So we had £320 a day expenses, plus all your prize money. So we only made the final in, I think it was Nagoya, wasn't it? We came sixth, didn't we? And we got like I think £1,000 or something.
I don't remember.
Can't remember. But yeah.
Good times. Good times.
Yeah.
It was all good experiences though, but yeah, it was. I felt like that was our opportunity, and it didn't quite happen. Did it?
No.
For whatever
We'd
reason.
like to have done it again, actually. We should have done it again. We should have carried. We should never have retired when we did. There we go. So don't give up, kids. Keep going. Carsten, I mean, it's a very difficult.
young enough.
Yeah. Carsten's asked a very difficult question.
Mm.
Does Japan agree that they wouldn't have stopped warfare if the horrendous atomic bombs wouldn't have been detonated?
We don't know.
That's a topic of a discussion
I
for a
don't
different
know.
chat.
That's not something
It's
we
not
discussed.
something we're going to talk about. We're here to talk about dance mostly. I couldn't answer that question. But let's all agree that war is a terrible thing and we shouldn't do it. We should all love each other and no one should go to war. Ever. Again, ever. It's nonsense.
Especially to that.
Because ultimately, it's all about money and ego. It's all it's about. I've got a bigger gun than you.
I don't know,
Nonsense.
well, yeah, I don't know about that, but certainly
Well,
not money.
it's resources. It's about resources
Yeah.
and money, and it's nonsense. We should never go to war. It's a waste of time. Waste of time. Love thy neighbour. Well, especially if they got the top off.
You might really like our neighbour.
Yeah. Hang on. No. She's not there.
She knows. She knows now. Perhaps she's figured it out.
Yeah. So what then is the actual value of the dance judges' opinions? Well, yeah, some of them are pretty good, of course. But unfortunately, people are swayed by money, as I've just alluded to. Of course, it's difficult. Yeah. When you were in Japan for the competition, how much time did you spend practicing? None at all.
I do remember going to a studio and doing a little bit of
That was when
practice.
Arunas was doing a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we went to Tommy Sakamoto's studio, didn't we?
Yeah, we did do a little bit of practice.
That was in Hiroshima.
Mm.
So we did a little bit in Hiroshima. I don't think we did any on the tour.
Didn't have time.
No time
because
you're
it was
going from place to
literally
place.
one day travelling, competition, travel, competition.
Except in
travel.
Osaka, we had
Except
2
for
nights.
Osaka, where we had 3 days.
3
there.
days, that's right. 3 days
We had
in the
3
Ritz-Carlton.
days in the Ritz-Carlton off, which, to be honest, you needed it.
Yeah, because it was 10 days, wasn't it?
It was
we
a
were away?
really hectic
Yeah.
time.
And you don't need to practice when you're doing comps that often. You don't need to practice.
No.
You just keep dancing.
Not when you're doing that many comps in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank you, Roz. We're winners in Roz's eyes.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Roz. We were going to make a comeback. 2018, we'd planned to start having lessons and maybe do one more comp. But then all of you lovely ladies destroyed my shoulder, so yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
Oh dear.
I know, shocking, isn't it? Shocking.
And now
I've said they're all
I
comparable.
don't think we can be bothered.
No, it's just too much practice. It's a lot of effort. It's
Yeah,
an awful
and it's
lot of
different now.
effort.
When we competed, we didn't have a child.
No.
We didn't have a mortgage. We didn't have animals. We didn't really have much to worry about in that respect.
We just focused on ourselves, really.
It's just all about ourselves. So
Yeah.
In terms of responsibility was much less, so we were able to focus on it.
So we
Now
know
life
what
is
we'd have to
very,
do.
very different.
Yeah, we know what we'd have to put into it to get out what we wanted, and I just don't think we have the time or the drive to do that. We still want to do some dancing, and I'm waiting for her foot to get better so that we can actually dance again in the
I think
studio.
I'm 6 weeks this weekend. So
Right, okay.
it's on the mend.
Yeah.
It's on the mend. Another couple of weeks, I reckon, for it to feel a bit more normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting there, but it still hurts a bit.
Buddy's down there asleep.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
There he is. Yeah, so when I use it a bit, it still hurts a bit. So yeah.
Yeah, we have travelled a lot, Carsten. We've been very fortunate, actually. Very fortunate. Been to some wonderful places as a result of dancing. So, yeah, it's been very lucky. We've been very lucky in that respect.
Yeah, we don't actually feel bad about any of that, do we?
No, it's all great
The
experiences.
results
It's
is
all
one
been
thing, but
But we've
at the end of the day, we're still grateful for
we've
what
had a lovely life
for what
in that
we've
respect.
experienced.
Yes, it was a nice. It's a shame that it ended. We could have done so much more if we carried
Well,
on.
we only did about 4 years.
4 years. It's
which
nothing.
is nothing.
Nothing at all.
Absolutely nothing. 4 very turbulent years,
Yeah.
but still, that's nothing for a dance
Yeah.
couple
No.
dancing together. It's nothing.
Kelly's foot, Carsten. Kelly broke her toe.
Yeah, I broke my little toe.
Yeah.
Tried to kick the cat. I didn't actually.
She missed. She missed and hit the cat box, which is wooden and should be outside.
Just to clarify, I did not try to kick the cat
She
at
did.
all.
She's a beast. She doesn't like the cat.
I just wandered into the kitchen. We've got a box for the cat litter, and it's a wooden box, and it's very hard. And I walked past it and kicked it. I was rushing into the kitchen, which I shouldn't have done, and then I broke my toe.
You did.
It was sideways.
Yes. And I tried to fix it, thinking it was just dislocated,
And
and
then
she
I
went grey.
Yeah.
So I said,
Nearly
we're going
passed
to
out.
A&E. We've said this story. We've told this story. We don't need to talk about it again, do we?
No.
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 No. Come on, questions. Come on.
Oh,
Questions.
Julian's last question was.
Oh, is there another question?
It was the last one though. Finally, and most importantly, when can I stop sending you these questions? I won't
Next
say.
week. Got one more week of this. Now, Team Brighton, Sarah Ball, said that she can't make tonight, so she might watch us on catch up.
Okay.
But she can't. She will definitely be tuning in next week for our big finale.
Finale.
So that's put pressure on me now to come up with
Ooh.
something special for next Friday.
Oh.
I don't think I've got no time to come up with anything. When we had,
I don't think she's putting you under pressure.
well, I felt a bit under pressure. When we didn't have, when we were in lockdown and we couldn't do any work, I just literally spent all my time in here coming up with stuff. Whereas now I literally,
Hence the quizzes and all that
yeah,
stuff.
all that sort of stuff, and I don't have any time now, do I?
Really?
You've hardly seen me, have you?
Not hardly at all.
Hardly seen
I
me.
don't know who he is sometimes.
That handsome stranger just shares your bed. Who smells delightful.
He says so.
Well, you told me I smell nice. I got a nice aroma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Full evening suit. Lou, on a Friday, I finished teaching in Fareham at approximately 5:30. Now, today traffic was... I finished a little bit early today because of a different arrangement of lessons. Traffic was horrific. Now, normally I get in about 6:15. And then I have to set everything up. Because I leave the house at 8:30 on a Friday and don't get back until 6:15. I have no time to set stuff up, let alone get myself all dressed up into a fancy suit.
We'll be here.
Long dress for Kelly.
Oh,
You can't
no.
even see her legs.
No.
I've got pyjama bottoms
I
on
got
now.
rid of them all.
She hasn't got any dresses.
I haven't got any.
So she needs a new one for the comp, of course.
I don't mean the dance dresses.
You're judging, by the way.
No, I'm
At
not.
the comp, yeah, you are for a little bit. You'll be judging a little bit.
I hate judging.
Saves money.
I hate judging.
Saves money.
I'm not judging.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. During the day, you're judging. Just a couple of bits.
No.
Yeah, you are.
No.
Give back to dance, eh?
I am. I'm running a comp.
What have you done so far?
Nothing.
Nothing. I've done everything.
Oh yeah, but I am taking care of everything else while still doing that. It's true. Daughter,
I take her to school.
dog, cat.
I've been picking her up as well. I do
Laundry.
some stuff with the dog. I don't do any laundry. No, you've done the laundry.
Laundry.
Yeah, I do still make dinner.
Not that often anymore.
Anymore. I still do make
Since
it.
you've been working, you haven't
I
been
still
making
do
enough.
make some, of course. I'll be making dinner tonight, no doubt.
I haven't asked you to.
What are you having then? What are we having then? What are we having?
What
You
do
went
you-
shopping today, didn't you? Yeah, what did you make? What did you buy?
Well, we can. I bought stuff. We can either have butter beans or we can have the cauliflower,
Or we can have a takeaway.
or we can have a takeaway if we can't be bothered.
Yeah. Mm.
Retail therapy. Oh well, yes.
Tiara. Have you got a tiara? You did have one, didn't you?
A tiara. What do you mean? No, I didn't have a tiara.
I'm sure you've got.
But
it.
I've got,
Didn't you have
I've
one?
got, I've got like headpieces. They're not tiaras as such.
Yes.
Lasagna.
Well, that serves you right, Carsten. You shouldn't have been dancing at La Classique. That's what it is. You shouldn't have been. If you'd been dancing at Dizzyfeet, you wouldn't have broken anyone's toe.
He broke one of my.
One of Terry's.
Oh,
Toes.
not his toe.
No.
Terry's toes.
So dancing at La Classique.
Oh.
Yeah. See, it would never have happened at Dizzyfeet Dancing. You see. Answer me this question, Carsten. Is Classique open again? Are they doing anything? No, we're not having lasagna.
We'd have to make that.
Who says we're off again?
I don't know.
What's she on about? What's Margaret on about?
Oh, what have we died?
I don't know what she's on about. She says
Is
stop
that-
it. Off again
Oh.
about what? I don't know what she's on
I
about.
thought she meant connection.
Explain
but yeah,
yourself,
stop it.
Margaret.
Stop what? Oh, is she telling us off?
I don't know what she's on
I
about.
think Margaret's telling us off.
Telling us off.
Yeah, for having a little
Were we having
thing
a go?
with each
Were
other.
we?
Yeah.
I don't even notice.
I think that's what she means.
I
You'll
didn't
have to
even notice.
clarify.
And just to clarify, Margaret, I know you've talked about it in the message, but yeah, shoes have been ordered. I bet they'll arrive tomorrow when I'm at the studio. So, which is a pain because I've got a pair of shoes coming as well. So,
I'm
have a little
tired.
check. Nah, she's not there.
She's gone out.
She's gone out. Yeah, well, last week was Bank Holiday weekend, wasn't it?
Mm.
So perhaps she was off out on the town.
Obviously, she's already out tonight.
Maybe. Chatting about who does what. I think is that what she's on about? That's what Secret
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do this at home. It's always a competition between
says.
us.
It's not a
you see.
competition. It's not. I just expect you to do more. I mean, that's about. Okay. All right. So she's not done any private lessons then, Carsten?
I can hear Ella.
Yeah. Who's she talking to?
She's talking on her tablet. She needs to get off that. She's been on it far too long now.
Ross says she'd rather have us out in real life as opposed to behind a screen. So you want us to do what we're doing now, live, literally, so like an audience with. Is that what you're suggesting, Roz?
And then we can have a live audience and then still televise it.
Yeah. Yeah. This
And we'll
production
have,
was recorded in front of a live
We could
audience.
have Graham Norton interview us.
Yeah.
There you go. Graham Norton style with like celebrities and then us.
Yeah. I don't think Graham would be interested.
No.
Actually, I don't think we're interesting enough.
No. Probably
No.
not.
Why not? Well, I don't know. It doesn't sound like such a bad idea actually for us to do like a live Q&A where we sit down and just chat to people like this, what we're doing now, but in the flesh, and charge £100 a seat. I think it'd be worth it, wouldn't it?
There you
I think it'd be
go.
worth it, wouldn't it?
Now they're all like, oh no, you're alright.
I
You're
was
alright,
dipped on mine.
James. Yeah.
Yeah. We couldn't do it as a social because
At Home with Dizzy Feet.
Oh no! I don't know
Reality
anything worse. A social event wouldn't work, of course, because we want you to dance, and this takes too long, of course. So it would have to be something separate, like a proper separate event. I've got an idea. One of my ideas, a new business venture, it could work at, but yeah, it's way off at the moment. At Home with Dizzyfeet reality show. No, this is enough. This is enough of an insight into our lives. Once we close the door, normally, that's it.
It's not very interesting, actually, because we don't normally talk to each other, do we? Not that much.
Well, no, because I come home and I'm too tired.
And then so am I.
And you're tired after doing all the laundry.
No, I'm not. I'm tired after clearing up everybody's mess.
You don't have to clear up a lot of my mess. You don't. Honestly, you don't know you're born. Honestly, I think we should have. I think I might have said this the other week. We need some sort of wife swap thing. You need to go and live with some other bloke for a while and appreciate. Then you'll appreciate what you've got.
And maybe you can live with another wife for a while and appreciate what you've got.
Oh, I know what I've got. I don't. No, I don't need that. You can just go live with another bloke. I don't need another wife.
But you're
coming.
always complaining and moaning at
I'm
me.
not. I don't.
You
I
are.
don't. I don't.
When are you going to do the shopping? When are you going to do the shopping?
That's 'cause
You
I'm
haven't
hungry.
got any food. When are you going to
It's
do the
'cause I'm
shopping?
That's hungry.
Why won't you go shopping?
That's all about food. That's food.
Why haven't we got any food in the house? All the time. Why did you load the dishwasher? It's got hardly anything in it.
That's careless. That's wasting
It's
electricity.
not.
Margaret says this is deja vu.
Oh dear. We are quite funny, I suppose.
I don't know, are we? I don't know if we're funny. We've got 7 people watching us. We must be hilarious to 7 people.
We should probably go.
And we've got 14 people, well, 14 individual streams watching us. But that could be, that could be a one house full of 10 people.
We've sort of run out of questions and stuff.
Well, people aren't asking us questions. We just sit here waffling, and no one actually asks us any
And they
questions
just wanna
apart
listen
from
to us.
Julian.
And now I start to feel uncomfortable.
What? No. Roz just says no. What are you saying no to, Roz? That you don't want to do what we're doing now in the flesh, like a real version of this. And Blenworth Beauty says, would Kelly like Jew for a week? Yeah. Think how much stuff you get done around the house.
Yeah. I'd put him to work.
Yeah.
Got loads of stuff.
Yeah.
Think about the hallway would be done.
Oh, be brilliant.
Radiator covers.
Well, I could go
would
and
be
live
put
with
on the
Diane,
wall.
and
The kitchen would finally be finished.
Yeah,
That's for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
and Diane would actually get all of her work done, ready to pass her Latin exam. I think it's a great idea. Yeah, I won't do anything else, of course. I just teach her to dance. I just sit in one of her lounges, one of her many rooms, and just watch telly. No, yeah, it'd be a good idea.
At least you don't eat cereal from a box, I suppose.
I do not eat cereal from a box.
Yeah.
Never.
Which
Oh,
I have
God.
heard about.
Never. They shouldn't be eating cereal in the first place.
Well, I think it's granola or something.
Don't eat granola raw. I suggest that James's claimed complaining is an endearing feature. See, some people like it. Some people like it, Kel. Yeah. Roz meant yes, she does. She would like it in real life.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So no one's got any more questions at all. Ray hasn't asked any more questions, which is disappointing.
He asked quite a lot tonight.
He does. No, he didn't. He asked one. Oh, there we go. There we go. Ah, he says you have a long way to go to beat me as the perfect husband. Well, you've been at it a lot longer than I have, haven't you? A lot longer. So I've got something I'm aspiring to be, of course. But it could well be that in a little while Kelly will trade me in for someone younger and more handsome.
I haven't suggested trading you in, only if you lose all your hair.
Yeah, if I go bald, that's it. Apparently I'm out.
That's a deal breaker.
But once this gets proper wispy, it's all getting shaved off. There's no way I'm having a comb over or anything like that.
No.
It'd be shaved. I'm going Jason Statham. I'll have to break my nose as well, so I look a bit more mean. Because it's pointless. If you've got
such a pretty face.
Yeah, I know. If you've got pretty features or womanly features, you can't have a shaved head.
No, I don't mean womanly. You've got a nice.
Well,
face.
you know what I mean. I'd have to batter my
I don't
face.
want
I'd
you
have to
break
do
your
box.
nose.
If I did some boxing.
He's often said he wants to do boxing, and I said no, because your nose is too nice.
Yeah. I haven't got big enough wrists. My wrists are too small to
And you
do
can't
boxing.
do boxing. No.
I'm
I'm
only
not
joking.
letting you.
Yeah.
You've already got dodgy shoulders. There you go.
Sigrid says, did you ever find a partner for me to try teacher-student level at your comp? No, I did not yet. No. They don't. They're not too. Unfortunately, Seeger, they're not just. You can't just pluck them off a shelf. It's very difficult to find them. Yeah, and they've got to be tall as well, haven't they? That's another issue. They've got to be quite tall to do it because you're not the smallest of ladies. You're wonderfully elegant. Carsten says, "What are your plans for continuing with the monthly 50/50s?" Well, at the moment we're not allowed to do them, so we can't do them until after June the 21st.
Yeah.
But after June the 21st, we will be doing them.
Yeah.
We've got the plan is we've got the comp on the 18th of July. I'm thinking in my head we will be having a open day during the day, first or second weekend of July on the Saturday, and then followed by a social in the evening, which will be free. So an open day for classes for free, followed by a busy day. Did I tell you about this?
No.
See, all this goes on in my head. She doesn't find out about it until I tell you
News to me.
like this. Newsflash! Good news. Good news. Yeah, so free open day with free classes all day, and then in the evening a nice free social as well. But there will be buckets. There'll be buckets.
Buckets.
Yes.
Buckets of
Well, empty ones, and hopefully by the end of the night they'll be full.
gold.
Of gold.
Gold.
Gold, yes. Yes, golden nuggets, please. We're only taking precious metals from now on. Yeah. How about making up for the missed monthly 50/50s by having more than one a month for the X number of
I
months?
think that would be a bit difficult
I
to
think,
do.
I think that would be
actually.
tricky. I know people are going to be keen to dance. We've of course got the practice class on a Friday, which gives people the opportunity to come along. So your supervised practice class, which is running on Fridays, that is starting from the 17th of May. But social, a proper social, no, we can't do more than one a month really, just because I just think that you can't do too much of a good thing really like that. You've got to, otherwise it becomes a little bit just.
I think as
too
well,
often.
it's going to be not just as easy as just like, oh, everything's back to normal and everyone will just flock to being back to normal. I've found it quite difficult just getting back into a little bit of routine. Then we're going to have the classes start, so then there's more busyness, and we're not used to being busy anymore,
No.
are we? So suddenly it's like we have to ease into it somewhat, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any benefit to just sort of overdoing it.
No.
You know.
Lou, you said sounds good. Second weekend, please. Yeah, I think that's the plan, to run it on the second weekend of July. And is there a hotel nearby? Yes, there is, down in Fareham Centre, not far away at all. There's a couple of hotels actually. There's one. There's like a nice little boutique kind of hotel called the Lyces, which is quite nice. I've been there for a work thing actually years ago. Probably better now. And there's a few other cheap hotels. There's a Holiday Inn, I think, not too far away, and a Marriott. What else is there? Where did John and Louise stay?
I don't know
They
actually.
stay down there, don't they, as well? Yeah, there's a few hotels, and there's the hotel for the competition actually isn't too far away either. It's only 15 minutes away, and that's a Hilton, which is quite nice. So yeah, there's lots of hotels. And yes, Carsten, a free day of dancing. So free in terms of a load of classes, an open day where people can come and try stuff, and then a free social in the evening. Free as in you don't have to pay, but there will be buckets. So you get the gist. Yes. So if you want to donate, you will be able to. Yes. When it comes to asking dance questions, most of us have exhausted our limited knowledge, so don't know what to ask.
Oh.
I don't believe that, Margaret, because you're always full of questions in your lessons.
I think it's just because it's Friday night and everyone gets a bit lax and they
Yes.
start to switch off a little bit. Because I feel that way.
Yeah, me too. Well, I've got another full day, got another 7 hours tomorrow. So,
Popular man.
I know. Got a couple coming down as well tomorrow from Gloucester for their first lesson in over a year, which is lovely. So, which is great. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I think we're done. I've done an hour and 15 minutes.
Really sorry.
She's bored.
We're yawning.
She's bored. She's
I'm
bored.
not bored, no.
She's bored.
But I am really tired today.
You're a bit dark, actually, aren't we?
Yeah, we
A
are.
bit
all
dark.
of a
Let me
sudden.
just adjust that. Yeah. Let's see if it brightens up. There you go. There's you yawning. There you are. You're yawning.
Yeah, we're watching it delayed.
We've got a little monitor here that's delayed. Yeah. And hang on.
Well, that's probably what they're seeing.
That is what they're seeing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're seeing. There we go. That's a bit better.
And the lights go on.
Yes. Dinner time. What are you having? Don't know yet, Margaret. Don't know.
I've decided.
What negatives can there be from dancing on your body? Just wear and tear, really, Ray, I think, to be honest.
I think it depends, like, because what we did was quite extreme. You know, we danced pretty much every day and for several hours a day. So anything you do very repetitive, you know, you tend to get repetitive strain, don't you? So
Like my shoulder.
we used to combat it. It wasn't uncommon for us to have a muscle tear pretty much all the time. But we used to get regular massage to help with that, like weekly massage to help
every week.
with that.
That fail.
Because otherwise, one day you could wake up, and I remember one day I couldn't move my neck. It had just decided to seize up, you know. But that is because we did it every day, several hours a day, and then also like all the travelling in cars and things like that wasn't good because you'd seize up and stuff like that. And I think just over time, if you're doing it that extreme, it just wear and tear. But if you do it in a more balanced way, I don't think there are many negatives at all, really, are there?
No.
You know, so
I think the benefits far outweigh any negatives.
yeah,
you might get
I
from
think, you know, social dancing, you're not gonna, unless you're like mental and try and dance like a competitor, then you know you're not gonna do any harm at all.
No,
are you?
not at all.
You know,
No,
if anything, you're gonna do so much good for your body, and we often find this that people come to us just because they want to learn for fun and things like that, and just something to do, and then the mental aspects as well, the social aspects, and then they find out, oh, actually, I could do this for my posture, which makes me feel better and stuff like that, and they think, oh, actually, I could do with a massage. It always amazes us how many people don't invest time and money into their body.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, this is so important because it's all we've got, isn't it? So you do need to look after it and maintain it. You know, we all get our cars serviced every year because we have to.
Some people do, some people don't.
Well, you know, generally we do these things, don't we? Because but we don't look after our bodies in the same way. And I think when you start dancing, you start to realise, oh, that niggles. Well, yeah, perhaps go and get a massage, or, you know, start doing some other exercises that help improve your posture and stuff like that.
Start eating better.
Eating better as
Getting
well.
the right fuel into your body so
and
fuel
we're not talking like go nuts, like you have to go on some crazy diet, but you know, it is true. The food that you put in you, it's going to make you feel better or worse, you know. So I think when you start to dance, a lot of people start to change a lot of things about their lifestyle because then they think, oh, actually now I can dance. And that's why we did it, didn't we? Because you know, if we'd have a heavy meal with a lot of meat and stuff and then a lot of red wine, the next day we couldn't dance very well.
No.
Whereas if we'd have something lighter and didn't have a drink and stuff like that, well, then we'd dance that much better, you know, because our body wasn't
It's one of the reasons why we retired, because we wanted to have more steak and wine.
It's not, no.
No, it's not.
But do you see what I mean? So
And now, of course, we don't have it either.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not really true. We don't have any steak.
Not the steak, but we still have the
We
wine.
have the
Yeah.
wine, yeah.
But so I think when people start dancing, then they start to get a bit more in tune with their body and then start to look after it better, which is good.
My body is a tool.
I thought you were going to say temple.
No,
That's
it's a tool.
what people
I use it.
My body is a temple.
Yeah. Can you tell a person's... Now people are asking questions. Can you tell a person's personality from the way they dance? Not necessarily. Because some people are very different on a dance floor as to how they are
Sometimes.
in real life, let's say.
Yeah, but sometimes. So I can always tell if someone is uncomfortable or a little bit shy, because then they won't be quite so extrovert in their movements, will they?
No.
Or quite so confident. So yeah, that's an easy thing to tell. Whereas someone who's quite confident might have a go at something and make a load of mistakes and then have a laugh about it. Whereas someone who's quite reserved might be like, oh, I don't want to make a mistake.
But also, you've got to bear in mind as well that some people use laughter as some sort of defence mechanism. So
Yes.
you see people that are really uncomfortable, but they laugh and joke and mess about a little bit. And actually, so you would potentially think that they're a funny,
Confident.
jovial, confident person, and actually, in actual fact, they're not. So I'm not so sure. I suppose with a competent dancer, or someone who is a professional, let's say, their personality can come through in their performance. But I wouldn't say that's necessarily true at the lower stages, the earlier stages of dancing, necessarily. Necessarily, yeah. Do we have a large private dance floor in our home? Yes, we do, don't we, Kelly? Massive. It's
No.
about 6 foot by 7 foot. but it's only 6 foot by 7 foot when I move the whole of the dining room into the lounge. So no, we don't. No.
No, we have a little house.
It's a small house.
It's not a very big house.
It's cosy. Cosy, lovely, cosy, but small.
Yeah, we love it here, don't we?
And have you experienced injuries from competitive dancing? Yes.
Several.
Yes, so much so that it's put us out of comps. Twice for me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Twice for me, once for you.
Well, one I broke a toe.
So you broke a toe, another one, and that was 2 days before the UK
for
Championships.
You tore ligaments.
I tore ligaments in my back, took us out of the international, and then I tore ligaments in my foot, which took us out of the closed British. Both of those comps we were doing really well at the time as well, so it messed us up massively. So we'd only danced together for 4 years competitively and missed 3 major championships in that time, which was so detrimental to our careers. Anyway, so we don't want to dwell on that too much. And what's the significance of the yellow VW Beetle on your windowsill? Well, when I was a little child, I used to love beetles. I really wanted a beetle, and so that beetle there is one that my grandmother bought me, my nana bought me when I was a little boy, and it was a special one that came with an ownership slip, like a logbook and everything, and that's about 35 years old.
Yeah. You've always had it. Since
Always
then,
had it,
haven't you?
and then it was in the hallway.
Yeah.
Kelly put a mirror up in the hall, and the mirror fell and landed on the car, so it's dented.
It is dented, but it survived.
It survived, but it was broken. It is dented.
It's fine though.
It's not
Just-
fine. It's dented.
This door is a little bit wonky. You can't really see it on there, but
Yeah,
it's
you
a little
can.
bit wonky.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it won't close
The
properly.
mirror landed, bosh, like that on top of the
Yeah.
car. So I was devastated.
But I have glued bits back on in the past anyway.
Yeah.
'Cause
Anyway.
I think the bumper came off for some
Actually, if it
reason.
had landed right on its roof, it would have flattened it, made it look a bit more like a Porsche. Wouldn't it? So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
It's a
significance. of the
sentimental
Beetle.
thing,
It is
isn't it, from
sentimental.
your nan
Yeah,
as
my
well?
nan. Yeah, my nan who died 21 years ago.
Wow.
No, the injuries happened when we were dancing, Carsten. So the foot happened in a lesson. I tore my ligaments in my foot when I was doing a reverse pivot into a contra check with Marcus and Karen Hilton. My back muscles were ripped. I got hit in the head at a social dance after we did a show, and then there was a social dance as part of a fundraising event for the BCDC. And then we were doing some dancing afterwards, and this lady hit me in the head twice in a samba, in a turn, smack. My own silly fault, perhaps. I shouldn't have allowed her to hit me twice. And then Kelly broke her toe, though, in
That was
the
at
office.
home.
That was at home.
That was at home.
The shredder, actually this one here, it's under the
Yeah.
desk, fell down and banged and broke her foot.
Toe.
No, it doesn't give it extra character cast, and it looks silly.
It's fine though.
Anyway, there we go. So I'm done with questions now. I'm going to have some dinner.
Alright.
I need to take a hair clip with me. I keep forgetting. I need to take a hair clip. I want to take one of Ella's and clip my hair because it keeps getting my face.
What,
Well,
to dancing?
Yeah, I want one that's especially girly.
Oh,
and
we've got loads
kid-like.
of those.
Yeah,
Got loads
yeah,
of
because I
those.
want it to be a bit of a giggle. You know me. I like
can
to.
do that.
I like to.
Or I
have
could
a
give you a
laugh.
headband, a pink headband.
Well, I did it today actually, and I had my hair back like that, and it's long enough to have a little top knot. And Sigrid said it looks better. Not better, but she said it looks all right. So Sigrid thought it looked good. Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. I could do it with this, couldn't I?
Don't do that now.
I'm not very good at it. I can't do Ella's hair.
No, you can't, can you?
No, I'm not very good at it. I'm not really very
You
good
really
at this
don't know
either.
what you're doing, do you?
No, I don't.
You look a bit of like a yogi.
Yeah.
You're going to do some yoga. Let me do it for you.
Go on then, do it properly. Go on.
It's not.
And welcome to Slicked Back Hair by Dizzyfeet Dancing.
There we are.
There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
You always wanted an antenna, didn't you?
I did. Yeah.
There you go. He's now got his antenna so he can contact the
Yeah.
aliens that
Yeah.
he's so desperate
Yeah.
to get hold of.
I don't think my hair's ever been this long, actually.
It's quite significant.
It
It's
is,
like
isn't
when
it?
Ella was a baby, we used to do things like that,
We did.
didn't we?
We did. Yeah. She didn't. Wasn't quite so hairy in the face, though, was she?
No, no.
No. Yeah.
You need to look a little bit like Ella now.
Should we go? Leave it. Don't say anything to Ella. Just leave it like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Right. Should we go? Should we say goodnight?
Yes,
Let's
I
say
think so.
goodnight. And on that note, on that bombshell, it's quite long, isn't it? I didn't expect it to be that much.
It looks
Actually.
more that's the angle of that. It doesn't look quite like that.
It's like a feather duster. Apparently, I remind Margaret of a troll.
Oh yeah.
Let's
it
not,
does look like
let's
trolls.
not throw names around.
She
Margaret.
does spray paint it pink, or purple.
I'm
or
going
something.
now. I'm going to go now. Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning
Thank
in.
you, everyone.
It's been a pleasure to be here for you this evening. Thank you for your questions, and we hope our answers were suitable. We will see you again next week, Wednesday, of course. And for one more... stop it. Be serious.
Take you serious.
Pull yourself together. So one more week of Zoom classes, and then next Friday as well. I'll try and think up something special, potentially. I don't know what I can do in the short amount of time that I've got to put it together, but there we go. Anyway, so see you next week. Stay for the out credits if you want. If not,
Thank you
clear
very
off
much,
straight away.
everyone.
We're going to have some dinner.
Take care.
Be good.
Look after yourselves.
Look after yourselves. Dance more, worry less. See you all in the week if you're having lessons. If not, maybe at the classes. If not, in that respect, see you some other time.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Hang on. I didn't set this up. Didn't cue it up.
Oh no.
I know.
I
I've got to
keep
keep
talking
talking.
now.
Got to keep talking. Oh, damn it. Right, here we go. We're ready. Right, anyway, we'll do that again, shall we? So it's bye from me.
It's bye from him.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.